Welcome back. Today, we're counting down the top 5 most valuable United Kingdom 1-penny coins that every coin collector dreams of finding. While millions of British pennies were produced over the years, a few rare dates, special mint marks, and exceptional conditions have become incredibly valuable. Whether your coin is heavily circulated, fine, extremely fine, or uncirculated, its value can vary dramatically. Let's get started. First up, the United Kingdom 1891 penny. At first glance, this old copper coin may appear worn, dirty, or even damaged after more than 130 years of circulation. Many people assume that a dark, dirty coin has little or no value, but that isn't always true. Some 1890 pennies have sold for impressive prices at auctions because of their rarity, historical importance, and collector demand. In today's video, we'll explore the history of the 1891 penny, its unique design, what makes certain examples valuable, how much a dirty circulated coin can be worth today, and some useful tips if you happen to own one. The 1891 penny was struck during the reign of Queen Victoria, one of the longest-serving monarchs in British history. The coin was minted during the Victorian era, a period marked by rapid industrial growth, expansion of the British Empire, and significant economic development. These pennies were produced in bronze and were intended for everyday commerce across the United Kingdom. Millions entered circulation, passing through countless hands over decades. Today, every surviving coin represents a small piece of Victorian history. While many examples have become worn through heavy circulation, they remain highly collectible because they connect collectors with an important period of British heritage. The obverse of the 1891 penny features the famous portrait of Queen Victoria wearing a small crown, surrounded by the Latin inscription identifying her as Queen of Britain and Empress of India. On the reverse appears Britannia seated with her trident and shield, facing the sea, symbolizing Britain's strength and naval power. The denomination, 1 penny, and the date, 1890, appear prominently below Britannia. The coin is made of bronze, measures approximately 30.8 millimeters in diameter, and weighs about 9.45 grams. Collectors examine details such as the sharpness of Queen Victoria's portrait, Britannia's shield and trident, the rims, and the originality of the coin's surfaces when determining value. Although the 1891 penny had a relatively large original mintage, finding attractive surviving examples over 130 years later is much more difficult. Dirty coins are common because copper naturally darkens with age and often develops decades of dirt, oxidation, and environmental buildup. In most cases, a dirty appearance alone does not make a coin rare. However, collectors generally prefer original surfaces rather than coins that have been harshly cleaned. A naturally dark, dirty coin may actually be more desirable than one that has been aggressively polished. Even heavily circulated examples continue to attract buyers because they remain genuine Victorian-era coins. If a dirty coin still has readable details, original color beneath the dirt, and no major damage, it can maintain respectable collector value. So, how much is an 1890 United Kingdom 1 penny worth today? The answer depends on its condition. A heavily worn and dirty circulated example typically sells for around $5 to $20. Coins with clearer details despite surface dirt often bring $20 to $75. Better preserved examples in very fine or extremely fine condition can sell for $100 to $300. Uncirculated specimens with strong original surfaces may reach $500 to over $1,500, depending on eye appeal and certification. Exceptionally preserved coins with outstanding quality or special provenance have occasionally sold for several $1,000s at major auctions. While most dirty coins will not reach those high values, they can still be worth far more than their face value. If you own an 1891 penny, avoid cleaning it, even if it appears dirty. Cleaning can permanently damage the original surfaces and reduce its value significantly. Instead, store the coin in a protective holder or coin capsule to prevent further wear. Check the date carefully to confirm it is truly 1890, and inspect the coin for unusual features, errors, or unusually sharp details. Comparing your coin with certified examples can help estimate its grade. If you believe your coin is in exceptional condition or has unusual characteristics, consider having it professionally authenticated and graded before selling it. Collectors often pay higher prices for certified coins because their authenticity and condition have been independently verified. The United Kingdom 1891 penny is much more than an old bronze coin. It is a surviving piece of Victorian history that has witnessed more than a century of change. Even in dirty, circulated condition, it remains desirable to collectors and can be worth anywhere from a few dollars to several $100s depending on its preservation and overall quality. The finest examples continue to achieve remarkable auction prices, proving that age, history, and originality are highly valued in the world of coin collecting. Next up, the United Kingdom 1896 1 penny. At first glance, this old copper coin may appear worn, scratched, dark, or even damaged after more than a century of circulation. Many people assume that a coin in bad condition has little or no value, but that's not always true. Some collectors actively search for old Victorian pennies simply because of their historical importance and growing popularity. In today's video, we'll explore the history of the 1896 1 penny, its unique design, its rarity in poor condition, recent auction market values in US dollars, and useful tips for collectors who may own one of these classic British coins. The 1896 1 penny was issued during the long reign of Queen Victoria, one of Britain's most famous monarchs. By 1896, the United Kingdom had become one of the world's largest empires, and pennies were used every day by millions of people. These coins were struck in bronze and produced in very large numbers to meet the demands of commerce across Britain and throughout the empire. Because they circulated heavily, many examples became worn after decades of everyday use. Today, every surviving 1896 penny serves as a small reminder of Victorian Britain and the remarkable history of the late 19th century. The obverse of the 1896 1 penny features the mature portrait of Queen Victoria wearing a small crown, surrounded by a Latin inscription identifying her as queen. The reverse displays the iconic seated figure of Britannia holding a trident and shield, symbolizing Britain's naval strength and national pride. Below Britannia appears the date 1896, while the denomination 1 penny is prominently displayed. The coin measures approximately 30.8 millimeters in diameter, weighs around 9.45 grams, and is made from bronze. Even when heavily worn, these classic design elements are often still recognizable, making the coin attractive to collectors of British copper coinage. Although millions of 1896 pennies were originally produced, finding examples in pristine condition is much more difficult today. Coins in bad condition are much more common because they spent many years in circulation. Heavy wear, scratches, corrosion, environmental damage, cleaning, or bent surfaces significantly reduce collector value. However, even a damaged 1896 penny remains collectible because it is over 130 years old and belongs to the popular Victorian series. Many beginning collectors purchase affordable worn examples simply to complete date collections, while experienced collectors may upgrade to higher-grade coins over time. If a damaged coin has an unusual minting error or a rare variety, it can be worth substantially more than an ordinary worn example. So, how much is an 1896 United Kingdom 1 penny worth today in bad condition? In most cases, heavily worn or damaged examples sell for approximately $2 to $10. Coins with moderate wear but no serious damage often bring around $10 to $30. Very attractive circulated examples can sell for $40 to $100, while high-grade uncirculated pieces may reach several $100s. Exceptionally preserved specimens with outstanding eye appeal have occasionally achieved prices exceeding $500 at major auctions. If a rare die variety or significant mint error is discovered, auction prices can climb even higher. Ultimately, the coin's value depends on its condition, originality, rarity, and collector demand at the time of sale. If you own an 1896 1 penny, avoid cleaning or polishing it, as cleaning usually lowers its value in the eyes of collectors. Store the coin in a protective holder to prevent additional wear and corrosion. Examine the date carefully to confirm it is genuinely 1896, and look for unusual varieties or minting errors that could increase its value. If you believe your coin is in exceptionally nice condition or displays a rare feature, consider having it professionally authenticated and graded. Comparing recent auction sales can also provide a realistic estimate of current market prices before buying or selling. The United Kingdom 1896 1 penny is a wonderful reminder of the Victorian era and remains a favorite among collectors of historic British coins. Even in bad condition, it still carries historical significance and modest collector value, generally ranging from a few dollars up to around $10, with exceptional examples worth much more. While most worn coins are not rare, their age, classic Britannia design, and connection to Queen Victoria continue to attract collectors around the world. If you happen to find an old 1896 penny tucked away in a collection or inherited from family, don't throw it aside. It may be a valuable piece of history waiting to be appreciated. Next up, the fascinating United Kingdom 1898 1 penny featuring Queen Victoria. If you've discovered one of these coins in an old collection, especially one with a dark black shade caused by age and oxidation, you may be wondering whether it has any collector value. In this video, we'll explore the history of the 1898 penny, its unique features, how collectors view coins in black or heavily toned condition, and what these coins can realistically sell for at auction in US dollars. The 1898 one penny was struck during the final years of Queen Victoria's reign, known as the Victorian Old Head or Veiled Head period. The coin was produced at the Royal Mint in London and is made of bronze. It weighs approximately 9.4 grams and measures about 30.8 millimeters in diameter. Around 14.3 million pieces were minted in 1898, making it a fairly common date compared to many other Victorian pennies. Although millions were produced, finding examples with attractive surfaces and minimal wear has become increasingly difficult after more than 125 years. The obverse of the coin is the elegant veiled portrait of Queen Victoria, designed by Thomas Brock. The surrounding inscription reads, Victoria Dei Gra Brit Regina Fid Def Imp, reflecting her title as Queen and Empress of India. The reverse displays the famous seated Britannia holding a trident and shield, with the words, 1 penny, on either side and the date 1898 below. The coin has a plain edge and a rich bronze composition that often develops a dark brown or black patina after decades of circulation and storage. A black shade on an 1898 penny is usually the result of natural toning, oxidation, or long-term environmental exposure. While many collectors appreciate original dark patina, heavy corrosion, scratches, cleaning, or damage generally reduce the coin's value. Because the 1898 penny is not considered a rare date, a black-colored circulated example is usually collected as an affordable Victorian coin rather than a major rarity. However, if the details remain sharp and the surfaces are original despite the dark color, some collectors still find these coins attractive and desirable. The key factors are originality, eye appeal, and the amount of remaining detail rather than color alone. Let's talk about value. A heavily worn or black-shaded 1898 one penny with noticeable circulation typically sells for around $1 to $5. A better preserved coin with an attractive original dark patina and stronger detail may bring $10 to $30. Extremely fine examples can reach approximately $30 to $50, while uncirculated coins with original mint surfaces often sell for $70 to over $180, depending on quality and current collector demand. Exceptional certified examples with outstanding eye appeal may achieve even higher auction prices, but these are uncommon. Most black-shaded circulated coins remain affordable collector pieces rather than high-value rarities. If you own an 1898 one penny, never clean or polish it, even if the coin appears black. Cleaning can permanently reduce its collector value. Store the coin in a protective holder or capsule to prevent further damage. Examine it carefully for strong design details, original surfaces, and any unusual minting errors or varieties, as these can increase value. If you believe your coin is in unusually high grade, consider having it professionally authenticated and graded before offering it for sale at auction. The United Kingdom 1898 one penny is a wonderful reminder of the Victorian era and remains a favorite among collectors of British coins. Although a black shade or dark patina does not automatically make the coin rare, well-preserved examples with original surfaces continue to attract collector interest. In most circulated black-shaded conditions, the coin is worth only a few dollars, while exceptional examples in high grades can command significantly higher auction prices. Whether your coin is valuable or simply a treasured family keepsake, it represents an important piece of British history that has survived for well over a century. Next up, the fascinating United Kingdom 1935 one penny coin, even in a very dirty and heavily circulated condition. Many people discover old British pennies tucked away in drawers, inherited collections, or forgotten coin jars and immediately wonder if they have found a valuable treasure. While a dirty appearance may reduce a coin's value, its date, rarity, and overall demand among collectors still play an important role. In today's video, we'll explore the history of the 1935 one penny, examine its unique features, discuss how rare it is in worn condition, reveal its current auction market value in US dollars, and share useful collecting tips. The 1935 one penny was issued during the reign of King George V, one of Britain's longest-serving monarchs. By 1935, the United Kingdom had already been producing bronze pennies for many decades, and these coins were an essential part of everyday commerce. Millions of people used them to purchase daily necessities, making them one of the most common coins of the era. Because they circulated heavily, many examples became scratched, stained, corroded, or covered with dirt after years of use. Today, these coins remain popular with collectors because they represent the final years of King George V's reign before the coins of King Edward VIII and King George VI appeared. The The obverse of the 1935 one penny features the portrait of King George V wearing the imperial state crown. Around the portrait is the Latin inscription identifying him as king and emperor. On the reverse, collectors find the famous image of Britannia seated with a trident in one hand and a shield beside her, symbolizing Britain's strength and maritime power. The denomination, 1 penny, and the date, 1935, appear prominently on the reverse. The coin is made of bronze, measures approximately 30.8 millimeters in diameter, and weighs about 9.45 grams. These distinctive features make it one of the classic British bronze coins admired by collectors around the world. Although the 1935 one penny is an attractive historic coin, it is not considered a rare date because tens of millions were produced. However, finding examples with original mint luster and very little wear is much more difficult. A coin that is extremely dirty, heavily worn, or environmentally damaged is generally worth far less than a clean, well-preserved specimen. Even so, collectors who are building complete date sets often purchase lower-grade examples because they are affordable. If the coin still has a readable date and genuine surfaces, it can still have collectible value despite its poor appearance. Let's talk about value. A 1935 United Kingdom one penny in very dirty or heavily circulated condition usually sells for around 50 cents to $3, depending on how much detail remains. Coins with heavy corrosion, deep scratches, or damage may only bring 25 cents to $1. Better circulated examples with clearer details often sell for $3 to $10. Extremely well-preserved uncirculated coins are much more desirable and can sell for $40 to over $150, while exceptional certified examples with outstanding quality have occasionally realized several $100s at major coin auctions. As always, auction prices depend on condition, eye appeal, certification, and collector demand. If you own a 1935 one penny, avoid cleaning it, even if it appears very dirty. Cleaning can permanently damage the coin's original surface and often reduces its value. Instead, store it in a protective coin holder or capsule to prevent further deterioration. Check the date carefully to confirm it is 1935, and compare your coin with reputable price guides or recent auction results before deciding to sell. If your coin appears unusually sharp or has exceptional detail despite the dirt, consider having it evaluated by a professional coin grading service. Proper storage and accurate identification are the best ways to protect any collectible coin. The United Kingdom 1935 one penny is a wonderful piece of British history that continues to attract collectors around the world. Although a very dirty or heavily circulated example is generally common and worth only a few dollars, it still represents an important era of British coinage under King George V. Coins in exceptional condition are significantly more valuable and can command impressive auction prices. If you've discovered a 1935 one penny in your collection, don't rush to clean it. Take the time to examine its condition carefully. You might own a small but fascinating piece of numismatic history. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more rare coin values, history, and auction price guides. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.